darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you guys are so very welcome indeed. So here we are with the final episodes of Young, Famous and African. Episode 6 through 9. So let us start. Andele talks about how he wants to find love. Andele, you have no business looking for anything but looking after your 4 children. He has 4 children by 2 beautiful women. Rosette, who is gorgeous, and Sabato. They are so beautiful. I was kind of stumped. I was like, say what? Andele, you gotta be smooth because these girls are absolutely gorgeous. They have 2 children each by him, and the children are really young. They're really young. And if you ask me, Rosette is really appealing to my eye. She's sexy, she's naughty, she gives those innuendos like, you know what, I'll sleep with you right now. Sabato is much more mature in the sense that she's very level-headed. If I was to choose for Andele, I would say Sabato because she would play the more responsible role. She just needs the man to stand by her to complete it all. Rosette is very childish. She can be very catty. She's lots of fun and she's drop dead gorgeous. I think that Andele should try to be a good father figure, husband to them both. I don't think that he should try to choose to be with any one of them because they've been hurt by the relationship. I was so touched when Rosette started crying because they ended up having a child thinking it would bring them closer and it only pulled them apart. I already told you, having a baby is a full-time job. It is no joke. You got to be responsible. So as far as I'm concerned, Andele, you see this false narrative of marriage and children. You already have 4. There's no fantasy. It's real life. The thing is that those of us that do it and go through it, we make it look easy, perhaps, but it's not easy. But what we have done, for sure, Ula and I, you choose the right partner that you want to walk through this thing called life. And it's not the good times, because those are the easy ones to do. It's the bad times when one of you will want to pull away, when one of you will say, I don't want to do this anymore. That is when you dig in and you keep going. I love the podcast that Michelle Obama is doing. You have to listen to her. Listen to everything that she says because she's right on the money. And their marriage is successful because they kept it together. When it was the hard times, when it didn't make sense, when you felt like, oh, you know what, I'm doing more, she's doing less, I'm doing more, he's doing less. It's not about that. There are no numbers when it comes to marriage. It is all for one and it is one for all. And once you understand that, Andele, then you'll be in a better position to say, okay, fine, let me look for a relationship where I can contribute. It's not what she can do for you. It's what you can do for her and what you can do for the family. And in so doing, the family evolves. All right, moving along. I'm sure you must be saying, Fumi, what is this? This, my darlings, is a dress. It's easy. And I just thought, you know what? I will wear this for the show. Yeah. I'm showing my boobs. I beg your pardon. So Zari has a birthday party to which, very ill-advised, Andele invites his 2 baby mamas. Of course, it turns into a fight, which was uncalled for. And I blame Andele because Andele invited both baby mamas without either one of them knowing. That's like putting 2 lions in a cage with 1 slab of meat. There's going to be a fight. And aside from that, what did we have? Swanky straddling in, looking for a fight with Louis. Why? Because hearsay, Chinese whispers. And this was caused by Kani. As you very well know, Louis said that he wanted to have a child. He wanted to have a surrogate. Somewhere down the line, Zari had said that she also wanted to have a child, 1 more child. I don't know whether it was with Diamond, but Louis's ears picked up. And so he went to go and ask Kani for advice that, do you think I should, go ahead and speak to Zari about this surrogacy because I want a child, I'm 30, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to give this advice to Louis. Louise, that was a situation and that was a conversation. You really should have just gone directly to the source. You have to adopt that. If it's something very serious and personal, Kani is not the encyclopedia to everything. She doesn't know everything. She really doesn't. It backfired because when he told Kani, Kani narrated it in a way that Zari now was flattered, like, oh my God, you want my eggs, this is or whatever. Zari, your eggs are kind of sort of old. I'm telling you here right now, you wouldn't have been able to do it. Okay, and whatever eggs that you do have and you want to have another child, you should do it right now. I'm telling you, fertility, I'm the queen. I know you're right up there in age. It's going to be a challenge. So if you want to get them, go right ahead. Louise, you didn't want Zari's eggs. You wanted 21, 22-year-old's eggs. That's what you want. But we're going to talk about that further down the line. So, of course, Swanky comes in there very arrogant, very disrespectful, talking about Fontana should move to the side with a chair in between herself and Louise. And Louise got up and said, I gotta go. This right here is a hot smoking mess. So they all now go to Cape Town on the behest of Kani. Kani said, we have to take a break. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh my God, the beach, the beach, the beach. Absolutely gorgeous. So Naked also brings Kayla. Kayla wants to get married. She wants to settle down. Absolutely. But Naked has had 2 failed marriages and has children. Kayla, I promise you, honey, love him, kiss him and go. Don't waste those fertility eggs on this man. Not because he doesn't love you, but because you are playing Russian roulette with a family that I know you ultimately will want for yourself. Anyway, they go up the mountain and so they try out this trial marriage proposal advised from Kani. I don't know why. I don't know why Naked thought that he could ask Kani this and Kani gave him this silly advice. What I did love was Naked's suit. That burnt black with the yellow and it matched all the way with the shirt. It was fire. I lived for it. 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 They really dressed up in the show. They dressed up in the show. Every single one of them. The only thing was that the makeup was atrocious. Kani, your makeup is atrocious. It's too harsh on your beautiful fair complexion. The eyelashes are horrible. They're like jumping onto your eyes. We can't see your eyes. If you ask me what shape Kani's eyes are, I don't know. And the wig is hideous. The lip is too strong. Go for a nude. Do a little bit of contour. Give me a little bit of highlight. You're such a pretty girl, such a pretty woman. Your makeup is horrible. It is horrible. It is horrible. It is horrible. I'm going to say it outright. You, on the other hand, I don't mind too much. You're nice. You know, you're trying to make an effort. I love that. But your makeup is atrocious. Needless to say, very ill-advised. Again now to Naked. And so Kayla is like, what is this? And I think Sabato, who is Andele's baby mama, is there and says, did you get a ring? I mean, did you get something, anything? And Kayla is now feeling as if, I don't understand what this is. So she's kind of sort of upset to the side. What I did love was Andele and Louise got together by the shore. That's the only way I can describe it. What a scene. I love it. And we come to find out that there were a lot of things that happened in Louis's life at 21. One of them was that he was in Africa's Big Brother, and I think he said that he had an encounter on the show live, and his family and himself belonged to this very strict church. He was alienated from his family and hasn't seen them in 7 years. What horrible parents. I'm going to call it. The boy is hurting. I wanted to just reach my arms out and hug him. As a mother, as a parent, our children are going to do crazy things. And I'm prepared with that with Adrian. And I'm also mentally prepared that regardless, he's my son. I don't care what organization you belong to turn your son out like that at 21 when his frontal lobe has not been fully formed. It's fully formed at 25. That's when you're an adult. So I really do give you a pass all the way till you're 25. You did not reach out to your son? My God, what horrible parents you are. You're a horrible parent. To do that to your son It now explains why he wants to have a child of his own. And he doesn't have a steady relationship, so he's making money, he's financially secure, and he says, okay, I'll have a baby via surrogate. Because if I have this baby won't leave me the way my parents left me. I almost cried. I really almost cried. And I felt such venom for Swanky. I really did. And Andele said to Louis, how can you sit there and let them continue with these stupid lies and you don't say anything? Andele went over to Swanky, and Swanky still wasn't kind of responsive or sorry, but he did speak to Louis, and there were other members of the cast said, aha, so that is why. So it was a misunderstanding, this, that, and the other. What I found to be very interesting was that nobody confronted Kani to say, Kani, you're a big mouth. You don't have to add salt and pepper and sugar. Just tell the story and leave it at that, or just shut up, because you ended up putting Louis in a very uncompromising situation where Swanky thought that he had the audacity to humiliate the guy. For what? No, that is not on. Needless to say, talking about humiliation, Zari got her own full dose of poison from Fontana, because Fontana went all the way off and told her to F off, B-I-T-C-H, in the club. Girlfriend, when I tell you, she said, you know what, you had 2 children by Diamond and you still couldn't keep him. Annie was there. She rolled her eyes. She was like, ooh, ooh, ah, ah, ah. Zari, you know what, you are out of place. You are out of line. It doesn't matter what kind of sexy, fabulous relationship you have with Diamond. It's either you're together or you're not together. You also have to respect the space of whom Diamond is sleeping with, whomever that person is with. And so Fontana flipped it on you, and that's what you call psychosis 101. She was like, if you know what Diamond has told me, you will have a heart attack. You want to kill yourself. Diamond didn't really say anything. I've seen this before, where it's like, you know what, bitch, I will give it to you because you've been digging at her constantly, and she was fed up. And that was why she retaliated the way that she did. But here's the thing, Zari. You ended up losing the respect of Fontana. Fontana is 25. Like I said, her frontal lobe has barely just developed. So she's erratic, she's young, and she's intimidated by you. That was why she called you old, this, that, or whatever. What she was trying to say was that I'm disappointed in you, Zari, because I'm not saying that we would have been best friends, but I would have respected you. And now I don't respect you. And now I'm in the piggy farm and I'm going to throw dirt in your face. And I'm pissed off because you've made me lose control. And here I am in the mud, slinging shit in your direction. You deserved it, Zari. Because in the next season 3, leave Diamond and his women, whoever he's sleeping with, alone. It's none of your business. Go about and take care of your kids. Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. I wouldn't do it. I really wouldn't do it. If Ula and I broke up, I'd take Adrian, mind my business. If he came up with one young little sushi or whatever, I'd be like, go ahead, mama. You better than me. Why do I care? I had the first slice when Diamond was younger and fresher. You can have the remains. What do I care? You have to have that mentality. Moving along. Anyway, here come Andele going over to his second baby mama, talking about, I thought that we could have something, but upon reflection, I don't think we can, because now that I think about it, Rosette is serious about him. And maybe he'll go in the direction of Rosette. I've mentioned this before and I'll say it again. Andele, you have to find yourself. Once you find yourself, you'll be more confident in knowing what you want, because it's not that hard. It's not that hard. When you know, you know. But the thing is that you just want to be swimming back and forth, having one baby here, having another baby there, because they both had young children, and that was after the fact. So get yourself together. Leave Rosette. She was only 21 when you met her. She doesn't know nothing. Leave her alone and let her find a man that will love her completely. Anyway, Fontana feels as if that, you know what, I'm Colombo. I want to go in for some investigation. And so she gets Diamond with Rosette right behind her. They have a little drinky and Diamond shows up. Diamond is always in a phase. You know, he's always flying in, flying out. So he's not really here, there, wherever. And remember, Nadia had said, let's burn Diamond. Let's get him together so that we can have a confrontation. They did that. Fontana was there. Zari was there. And Diamond came. He sat for 1 or 2 minutes and then he walked off. Like, you know what? I'm not about this. He did, though, say that Rosette looked fabulous and that, yes, Andele had good taste. These were two different situations, but it was the same, you know, Zari, Diamond, Fontana situation. Fontana wants to believe what she wants to believe. That's the way I look at it. She's young, she's impressionable, and I think it's a situation where, you know what, Diamond, just don't leave me out here in these streets and let Zari walk over me. Because it had nothing to do with Diamond in the end. It was that she was so mad at the way Zari had treated her throughout season 2. Naked decides that he wants to have a little declaration of love. I like Naked. I like the way Naked is sincere about Kayla. The thing is that it's not enough for me, and Kayla is not enough for you. Naked has this beautiful display of flowers and candles and beautiful dinner where he gives a box to Kayla, and it is the key to his home. Come and move in with me. Kayla, you are sitting on a time bomb. The bomb being your eggs are being thrown up into the night sky and they are blowing up, meaning that the longer you stay with this man without a commitment, and you don't even necessarily need a commitment because you can break up, but if you don't have children, it gets difficult as time goes on. He's already had children. He's already been married. He's had this experience of which you are yet to enjoy. If he doesn't give it to you, you have to get it from somewhere else. Don't force his hand. It's not about forcing his hand. It's about you not lowering your standards where you think he's giving you something because he's thrown a couple of crumbs your way. Because now you are now in the house. You're not in the house. You're a guest in the house. That you can still be moved out. You're not on any utility bill. You're not on the lease or the mortgage. It is not an offer. It is a benefit to his advantage that he has displayed on the cover of a trash can for you. It's not an offer. I promise you right now. That 10% is not 10%. It is 50% deficit to you. That's all I'm going to say. Diamond meets up with Fontana and you have a private plane in the back. He's going to London, he's going to Paris, and he wants to kiss and say goodbye. I loved it all. I would have loved to have the kiss and the goodbye on the plane. I would have loved to go with him to London, go with him to Paris. Fontana, you can do that. You don't have to stay there, even though it's young, famous, and African. Let him really carry you. And this is the advice I give to girls. Let these guys go all the way. Let it be worth it for you. To kiss you at the ramp of a private plane, again, is shortchanging your fabulosity. But Fontana is too young to know any different, and for her it just looks glamorous. They have a long, beautiful kiss, and of course Diamond is like, don't forget about me till I come back, you know. And Fontana is there, okay, yeah, bye, da 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 da, whatever. Fontana, get your music on. When Louis said, do not be Diamond's side chick, he was right. We are Africa. We know how we Africans are. If Ula came to me and said, just live with me, this, that, and the other, my African parents would have said, no, at all. This white man, he can get out of this place. You must marry. You cannot sleep with somebody and just think that that is okay in Africa. You will be a side chick. Side chick ain't gonna get no kind of wedding ring. You're gonna stay up there. Your what? Your fertility eggs. I'll keep on saying it for as long as you people listen. They will just be frying up there in the frying pan and you will have nothing in the end when I tell you. And if it is not by choice, where you want a family, where you want children, you are walking on hot coals. You are what? You are walking on hot coals. Louis was looking out for your best interest. He was. He was looking out for your best interest. And I, as a big sister, I'm telling you, Fontana, you're young, you're 25. Go about, go and make your money, go and make your music, do your thing. Go and look for a nice boyfriend who loves, cares for you, that will see you in the studios, that will push you, that will direct you. Look for a guy like that. Because majority of guys like that, like Diamond, can have his pickings. And yes, he has a girlfriend. Zari said it. Not only did Zari say it, Rosette said it. So that's my advice to you. And just try to calm down. It's not every time you get an invitation that you go to the party. Translation, not when people piss you off that you react. The power of you is not reacting to their stupidity. Don't react to Zari or the Zaris of the world, because you're going to meet a lot of them. To excuse Swanky's bad behavior, Kani said that, you know, he's missing his best friend Annie. Now that is an excuse. I know how hurt you can be, because I have lost best friends too. And it really was like, you know, missing my man, because they're in your life on a daily basis. So like I had mentioned, Andele brings Annie and Swanky together in a restaurant, and Annie comes in. Annie's very upset because, and I just love this about Tubaba, he's a very calm guy. I really like the way he expresses himself even when he's pissed off. What are you talking about, Fums? I forgot to mention, the boys had a basketball party, kind of doodah, meetup or whatever. And Tubaba showed up, and Swanky confronted him about the disagreement that he had with Annie. Swanky, let me give you some advice. And this is just facts. For those of you that are married or have boyfriends or whatever, let me know in the comment section. Swanky, you are an outsider to my marriage. You are an outsider to my relationship. As much as I love you, you are an outsider to my relationship. For you to have the flagrant audacity to go over to Tubaba and complain about Annie, you do not know what a relationship is. And you know, the funny thing was, as much as Tubaba sleeps around, I will give him that, he does hold Annie high outside. He does. He said, that's on you, Swanky. That got nothing to do with me, and you're disrespectful. To bring this on air, you're disrespectful. But it's the way he said it. I mean, if I was sitting across from him, you would have thought we were having a conversation. But right there, Tubaba was pissed off, and he came back and told Annie. And Annie said, hey, my blood just dey boil. My blood dey boil. They're calling me up. My blood dey boil. I don't vex. You know, if I meet this Swanky, my head, the sense we go come out, we no go come out. I just dey vex. She's goddamn right. You come to me about Ula, I will walk you out. How dare you? Don't come to me about my man. I don't care whether he's right or wrong. That's my man. So, Swanky, just for you to know, when it comes to married couples, you ain't it, and you are the third guy out. Like I was saying, Swanky shows up and they begin to throw back and forth. You did this about the party. You did that about the party. You know this, that, and that. You know what? For me, it was all childish. It was all nonsense. For whatever reason, I just think that maybe the producers, directors wanted to ump this season so that it can be much more combative. But we could see through it. Let the conversation make sense. Make it make sense. This season didn't make sense because you are just flying off the handle over things that a normal human being would not be mad about. Okay, fine, Swanky had a party, so? Swanky didn't invite me, so? Annie, you as a married woman with children, you can't go to all parties. I know you have told Swanky, I beg, make a pass, Joe. So and so is not feeling well. Make a pass, Joe. I have to go and do this with this child or whatever. What was the big deal? That he did something or whatever over your head. Annie, what you did was not right. You talked badly about him and he heard it. And he couldn't get over it. You should apologize, and let it go. Needless to say, that was how the whole shebang ended. Before I leave, let me say, Namibia, how are you? Somebody in the comment section said, Fumi, I was waiting for you to say Louis's country, Namibia. I beg your pardon, and I cannot wait to visit you guys. So that was it for season 2 for Young, Famous and African. I love Africa. I miss my home. I miss the drums. I miss the food. But here I am to report on anything and everything that does come out from Africa-esque. And Young, Famous and African season 2 wasn't great. I preferred season 1. Was it because it was new? I don't know. But I was expecting more and I didn't get it. You guys, let me know in the comment section. I live and I love each and every one of you. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, and I will see you what? I'll see you all sooner than later. All of my love. And look, my earring fell right off. And I'm going to keep this scene right in because that's what happens behind the scenes. All of my love. Mwah.